Hello, romance readers. If you're looking for your next read and feel inspired by some of the books we've covered on Too Stupid to Live, be sure to check out TSTL's very own storefront on bookshop.org. Here, you will find a collection of books that the show has covered, as well as personal recommendations from me, Becky Feldman, the host of TSTL, who is talking to you right now. So rest assured, you don't need to worry about remembering titles or author names or having to go back into the episode catalog. Just head to bookshop.org/shop/TSTL podcast to view a collection of the books that the show has covered. That's bookshop.org/shop/TSTL podcast. Happy reading. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Too Stupid to Live, a podcast about romance novels, usually $5 and under. I'm your host, Becky Feldman, and oh my god, the day is finally here. The show is about to review an M-Preg romance. So if you don't know, M-Preg is a trope in paranormal or fantasy romance when a person with male reproductive parts gets pregnant. And if you're like, what the fuck? What is that? Don't worry. The standards of what is known as the Omegaverse is explained in this episode, as well as like other TSTL episodes, given how much I bring up the Omegaverse in like everyday conversations. But okay, today we are reviewing the monster romance Gargoyle Vigilante by M.M. Wilde, which is an interesting title, given that I am not entirely sure if the main character even qualifies as a gargoyle or a vigilante, but it doesn't matter. I loved this book and I loved chatting about it with today's return guest. Mark Rennie is here. If you last remember, he was on to review Hot Mall Santa, and now it is Gargoyle Vigilante, and it's like, what's the next book going to be? Maybe I'll just string two words together and that will be the title. But for now, sit back and enjoy this review of Gargoyle Vigilante. Oh my gosh, Mark Rennie, welcome back to this podcast, Too Stupid to Live.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be back.
Oh, I am so excited to have you back. First, I want to know, how has your life changed for the better since your last appearance?
Well, lots happened since my last appearance. I lost my colon, so I have more tuned into like body stuff.
Interesting.
Like I find body stuff. Like I found... Like I'm more into body horror than ever before. Like it's
cool.
like it's not triggering. If anything, I'm like, yes, this is what it's like. Yes, the body is capable of great horrors and beauty, and like I kind of like seeing that now. Like I don't know if you watch The Pit.
I don't watch The Pit, but I do
very
watch,
graphic.
I do want to see it. That's like kind of next on my like roster of stuff. So yeah.
But all the they do very graphic like medical like procedures on the show and like show everything. And I find there's something like cathartic about that to me.
That is fascinating. Is it like kind of like, well, I mean, because when I think body horror, of course, my first thought goes to the substance.
Yes.
So do you like The Pit in the same way? Like, you know what I mean?
The Pit I liked I would say no. And I like the substance because it's like totally demented.
Right.
Which I appreciate. Show me something new. That's all I want in this world is show me something new. Surprise me. That's all. And little did I was surprised when I lost my colon. So be careful what you wish for.
Oops, lost it. No, yeah.
The Pit I liked because I was like, yeah, this seems right. Like the horrible things will happen to your body, but it's also in service of saving your body. And I don't know. There was something... So they're two, like I would say Pit is much more realistic.
Right.
But the themes of the substance resonate.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah. It's like you're looking at bodies as almost like a planet, if you will. Like we're our own microcosms of healing and pain.
Yeah.
And like there is like a beauty in that.
But then the flip side of that is like when you're like hospitalized, you're just like... everyone's just so focused on like on what my digestive system was doing, like what was happening with my actual body, and then there's part of you is like, well, why am I here? Like it's almost like almost like a distance. So it's like, well, do I need to be here for this? Like, can't we like remove my brain from this? And like, you guys, since it's all about the body, it's all about my body, right? It's not really about me anymore. You know what I mean? You almost feel like it kind of is. there's a part of you that makes you feel like you're just like a pilot in like a mech suit or something.
Yes.
You know? But ultimately, as we learn in the substance, I think it is all you.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there is beauty, and like my big takeaway from this, it was like the world and life and the experience was both like beautiful and grotesque at the same time.
Truly.
And I think that is what life is.
I agree. It's like, and I mean, to quote my favorite theme show song, you take the good, you take the bad. And
then you have the facts of life. Remember the name of their boutique, Over Our Heads? When they went from Edna's Edibles to like the weird boots. You don't remember when the business changed?
No, I don't remember that. Because I've only watched the reruns of it, so I feel like my timeline of it.
Of course, you've only watched the reruns.
I know.
You're much too young for when it was first on. You're just a little baby.
I'm a teeny tiny baby.
A little baby.
Yeah, no, I did only watch the reruns. But yeah, so I feel like when you watch reruns of a show and you just like don't know the timeline of like when like the early episodes were and the later episodes were, and you're like piecing it together.
I don't even think they have Edna's Edibles at the beginning.
No, I don't think so.
Like the bakery they have, because then they have a bakery, Edna's Edibles, and then it becomes like a hip boutique which is like a 80s time capsule. It's like gray walls with like pink neon, lighting and stuff. And they just sell like those like nail things where you put your hand in to make an impression. It's like that kind of stuff.
Not Spencer's. I don't want to say Spencer's Gift, but like knickknacks in a way.
Yeah, or like Brookstone, but like with a veil of 80s like teen mall kind of.
Yes, like Sky Mall 80s.
Yeah, so everyone out there, just Google Facts of Life Over Our Head store and you'll see what I mean. It's a pure 80s time capsule.
Perfect. Okay.
We got way off topic.
It's absolutely on topic, given that you mentioned the word grotesque. And here's the thing, architecturally speaking,
yes,
gargoyles are considered like grotesques, like the noun of a grotesque.
Oh, like the actual literal meaning of grotesque.
Yes, is this technically like so it's like full circle. I guess what I'm trying to say is like what is grotesque? Like grotesque can be beauty and it can be like horrific at the same time.
Yeah, and that's nature in a nutshell. You know what I mean? It is both creation and destruction, much like a gargoyle, I suppose.
Much like a gargoyle. Much like this gargoyle who...
Moody.
I loved it.
But
I mean... so moody. I loved every letter of this book, but... Okay.
Did you?
I did.
And you don't always love them.
I don't always love them.
Okay, fair enough.
And the thing is that like with this, it wasn't until I was like rereading it over this morning, kind of like just to go over it. Well, yeah. Well, not reread it, but like I just like, skimmed it. And I was this is like whenever I skim something that I'm like, did I like this? And then I skim it again. I'm like, oh, I really like this. And I felt that way about Gargoyle Vigilante. But before we get into it, I want to ask you, like, what is your experience? How do I ask this? What's your experience with gargoyles? Do you have any?
Only like pop culture. You know what I mean? Like I think a gargoyle is cool. Mm-hmm. I think they're neat. Who doesn't love a winged demon? Who doesn't love? There used to be a game on the Game Boy called Gargoyle's Quest where you get to be a gargoyle, and that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. And then, of course, Disney's animated show Gargoyles made a sexy gargoyle in the lead.
That was
sure.
My sex. Like I realized was maybe my sexual awakening.
Oh my god, are you MM Wilde?
I am MM Wilde. I just wanted you to see if this book was okay.
Okay, and you loved it. You were not afraid to say you loved it.
Well, I had to cover up.
Yeah. Did you see that MM Wilde's other name is Morticia Knight with a K?
Yes.
I was like, these are two lies. There's both of these names.
Hilarious names. I love, like, it's like, well, if I'm picking a pen name, they're all going to be like kind of the same. Like, it's like different variations of the word God or something.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know.
Like Rebecca Deity or something.
Exactly.
Like
Yes.
But other gargoyles, I guess the gargoyles in the Disney Hunchback of Notre Dame, I think of. Mm-hmm. And then that's about it. They don't really, and all those, the difference between those gargoyles, I would say, and like the ones in this book is like you never hear, they don't really mention in the book, like, oh, what do you think of all these gargoyles on buildings? You know what I mean? Like,
Yes!
what do you think about? Like, they don't talk really about the gargoyle-ness of it, just that they happen to turn, when they turn into a gargoyle, they sprout wings and have like stone skin, essentially.
Yes, they're like pebbled skin. And that is, as much as I love this book and I loved every letter, that is, you are highlighting one of my main criticisms of this book, is that like I wanted more architecture.
Yeah, when you read gargoyle, you're like, I'm thinking skyscraper. We spend most of the time in caverns.
I know, or like
most of the book is in a hideout. Like they're in hideouts.
Yes, and I wanted like flying buttress references. I wanted,
you know, where am I going to set my gargoyle novel? New York City? No, I know, San Gabriel, one of the flattest cities with like, I think the tallest building is 4 stories.
Yes. And it's underground the entire time, so it's in the basement.
So what's the point of being a gargoyle?
Yeah, like I want to see things.
There should have been a mole man. Where's the mole man romance?
Yes, I'm sure it's out there, and I owe you one.
Okay.
So, all right.
More like a hole man.
Yeah, hello.
A friend pointed out, I told them I was reading this book, and they said, oh, M.M. Wilde. Oh, is that because it's like gay, M.M.?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is that why? Oh,
I think like it's like MM means 2 men,
right.
And then there's also like MMF or like FF or FFMMMMM. Like there's all yeah, and that's what I think when I see it.
We heard it in Tex Avery cartoons.
Yes. So that's what that means. Yeah, okay. It's like romance code, if you will.
Yeah.
Okay, so we reviewed Gargoyle Vigilante and Mpreg Monster Romance by M.M. Wilde. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, the ebook is currently $3, not including tariffs, on a specific website where people get ebooks. I won't say it aloud. Okay.
The devil that should not be named.
Exactly. The Gargoyle Rogue Demon. Okay.
Yeah.
As a gargoyle shadow slayer, Dante's purpose may be protecting the world from rogue demons. But after years of fighting evil on his own, Dante has grown to shelter his heart in an impenetrable fortress. That is until the divine spark determines it's time for Dante to meet his fated mate, Amir. The angel/human/UCLA student hybrid is tasked with protecting the Seal of Solomon. But little did he know this responsibility would lead him to a world where he can truly embrace his nurturing side, both for Dante and their offspring, currently incubating inside of his own body.
I had never read a Mpreg novel before.
This is actually my first Mpreg review on the show.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you have read them, though.
I have read them. Not to the I mean, I've only read like 2. I guess maybe that's
okay.
2's a bit.
That's 100% more than me, so.
But like, this is like the first time that like I'm like, I'm going to talk about it on the show. So, but like, I've never read an Mpreg birth scene, if that makes any sense at all. Like, or like a realistic Mpreg birth.
Yeah, which this was just dripping in realism.
I mean, all the Mpregs out there were like, yeah.
But it's funny because I just read a book. There's a horror writer, Grady Hendrix. He has a book out right now that just came out called Witchcraft for Wayward Girls.
Okay.
Which is about these 70s houses where like they would ship off pregnant teens to go like, can't stay at home, we have to hide you away.
Right.
But there's like 3 really intense birth scenes in those. Mm-hmm. One of which is like a supernatural, and one of which is like, here's a clinical how they did it in 1970s hospital, which is honestly the most horrifying one.
Yeah.
Out of all and then the third is like a natural at home.
Mm-hmm.
But they're all so harrowing. When I got to this one, I was like, he just had to push for a bit and it was fine.
Yes.
It didn't seem like that big a deal.
It seems like it was like getting a tooth pulled. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you get your butthole fingered by Ezekiel and then sit in a barber chair and then everything's fine. You just push for a bit and you're fine.
Exactly. It's like you basically get pelvic floor physical therapy to allow a baby to come out of you. And that physical therapist just happens to be Ezekiel, the healing angel or whatever.
Yeah. I was expecting more because like when they said like, oh, you will have a womb and then the womb will open and that's how you deliver. But I was like, but what is happening? You know what I mean? Like, what does that really mean? Okay, so you have a womb, but then the womb is, if it's coming out of your butt, so where does it connect to the, I'm very colon centric. Like, what part of the digestive is this? How are we rerouting here? Or are we like, are we coming in post colon? I would assume, like above the sphincter.
Okay,
before the rectum. So how is this actually working?
Like, I always thought that, and by always, I mean out of the 3 MPreg books I've read now. Like,
now it's 3.
Yeah, well, including this one.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So I read 2 before. This is the first time discussing. So this is my 3rd MPreg.
Great.
I've read 4. No.
Yeah. We found your game.
7. Okay. This
I am AA Wilde. Or MM Wilde. Sorry.
I thought that, you know how he was talking about when you're in your heat and things adjust when you're in your heat, and I just thought a vaginal canal or a baby canal or whatever canal emerged in his body in addition to the uteral space to be able to house the baby in his abdomen. See. You know what I mean?
So almost the rectum, let's just call it like it is. The rectum becomes, there's 2 passageways that lead to the same exit.
Exactly. The rectum is also a cervix. I don't know if that's the right term, but
I don't know.
I think I'm right. I
think we might be thinking about it more than MM Wilde did.
100%. I mean, there were a lot of things that came up in this book that I probably thought about way more than MM Wilde did. One of them being, I want to go back to this gargoyle world.
Yeah.
What is fun about the Disney gargoyles and some of the other gargoyle romances that I've read is that they actually turn to stone during the day.
Right.
And
because otherwise you're just a demon. Essentially a winged creature with no limitations. And I like the idea of a gargoyle. There's something, I don't know, there's something kind of beautiful about they're night owls. You know what I mean? There's something they're unattainable during the day, or there's a ticking clock element. There's stakes somewhat.
Yes.
But they're just able to turn into a gargoyle willy-nilly.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was like, okay, fine. But then in the world they have archangel, Michael and the angel stuff. So it made it seem that in this world are gargoyles fallen angels. Do you know what I mean?
But they didn't seem to be. They seem to be their own deal, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
The whole point is for a gargoyle to meet with their fated mate, who is always a Nephilim, which is a half angel, half human.
Correct. Yes.
I read it.
Yes. You remembered, which I did, which I did not. I did. Look at you. I did remember you have to kill 133 rogue demons.
Yes. Because I guess there's some Excel sheet somewhere. So weird. Why that number too? Why not 333?
Yeah, or 666 or something biblical. What and to be fair, there is parts of this book where they're why is that anyway?
No. They do spend a lot of time with some lore, but then other lore the MacGuffin, the symbol, the Ring of Solomon or whatever, shield. I forget what it was. We don't ever learn what that does. Just that it can destroy, but we don't exactly learn what it is or why it's important beyond just the fact rogues want it, who are rogue demons. Apparently there are good demons and bad demons.
Yes.
But then also rogue gargoyles.
Yes.
And rogue angels.
So it's you're absolutely right. I feel in this world, you have angels in heaven, not devils, demons in hell, but there can be bad angels in heaven who are rogue. There can be good demons who are good. You know what I mean? The Venn diagram is ridiculous.
But they also have I guess heaven and hell have an understanding that hey, we need each other.
Yes. Let's
stay in our lanes. But then there are these rogues who fuck everything up.
Yes, who just steal relics. That's the main thing is they are stealing these they mention, what's the one? Holy Grail, that one.
The Ark of the Covenant.
Ark of the Covenant. And so the Seal of Solomon is supposedly is a real thing. It's not, I mean, it is a real in the sense of the Holy Grail is real.
Sure.
So I guess it was like this ring given to King Solomon that like allowed him to like repel devils or something as a human or something. So I think it like is something like, obviously you didn't need this in the book. This book is like 75% really about the fucking, but like it was like, okay, this is like a thing where if you have it means you have great power.
Also,
and that's
what a great thing to have back in the ancient times when you just fool people. Like, look, you see any demons around? Nope, that's because I'm wearing this ring. You're welcome.
The scams
I'm going to need a tithing. I'm going to need to tax you now because last time I checked, your garden is demon free. So
they're like, well, I believe him. I believe him. And they're like,
prove me wrong.
I think I saw that ring in the candy machine in Ye Old Market.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So let's talk about like kind of like the trope of fated mates and how you feel about that idea.
I didn't know it was a trope. I guess it's like twin flames, which to me seems problematic.
It's a cult like, where people force you to marry, and
Is a fated mate extend beyond gay romances?
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a fated mate is like kind of found in kind of like science fiction, fantasy like world where it's like. Yeah, like in you can see it a lot in like werewolf stuff or like shifter stuff, like even like stuff that is almost akin to like True Blood in a way of like kind of like that gothic kind of, you know.
Well, there was something that like my main kind of takeaway from the book is like, oh, this is not for gay men to read, even though the story is written. But there's like lots of gay sex, which is kind of strangely written, but there's also, it's like this wild, it's a gargoyle gonna fuck you with his tail. But at heart, it's a very like heteronormative story. We are going to be platonic. We are going to be monogamous. We're going to be monogamous. You are not allowed to, I will not find you on an app in an open relationship, which let me tell you, that's 50% of the people on there. So I hate to break it to M.M. Wilde, but she's got some rose colored. That's the biggest fantasy in this book.
Yes, for real. Because I thought the biggest fantasy was that it takes 15 minutes to go from UCLA to downtown.
True. That is a good one. Yes. So the whole thing of the fated mate just feels like kind of like old fashioned. It just seems like, oh, there's only one for you. You know what I mean? Like you're going to be with that person for the rest of your life. Well, what if they smack you? Well, they're your fated mate. You know, it just feels like, so you can't get divorced. And it feels like it's like a weird thing of like, it's just like a weird thing of like, out there sex, like edgy, quote unquote edgy, with like very traditional values at heart, and that's fated mate feels like traditional family values to me. It kind of feels old fashioned to me.
100%. Like it definitely, like, you know, is like ticking that monogamous box, you know, of, and like I feel like monogamy is now being equated with like being old fashioned. You know what I mean? So yeah, I can see like,
or at least just like we're not gonna have a conversation.
Right.
Like, maybe we're like closed right now, but maybe in a year we'll be open. Or if you have sex with somebody when you're on vacation, it's not a bit out of town. Like, it's not a deal breaker.
Yeah. Like, I mean, you know, what's interesting you say that because like there were times where Dante would talk to like Mal, his pals in the, you know, thing. And I'm like, they're flirty together. Like, come on.
Yeah. Everyone was so like, they do not sound like ancient heavenly beings. They're basically going, damn bitch. You know what I mean? They're like, so like everyone, like, she only seems to know like gay men are sassy.
Yes.
So everyone is constantly sassy.
Yes, everyone is. And there were times, I'm not gonna lie, there were times where I loved it, but you were absolutely right. Like there was one line, wait, I have to find it. It was like, okay, so like Dante is like, you know, they're like, you're gonna find your fated mate, and he's like, look, I already explained to you already during the Civil War that humans are a hot mess on a good day. And I'm like, why can't we see that scene?
I know, and it's part of him like keeping up with slang for his thousands of years. Is he like, I always got to know what the hottest slang is.
But like he said it during the Civil War, so that means the term hot mess.
Maybe he invented hot mess. Maybe he's the first one to say it.
Okay, well now there's the book.
There's the book. He's the first one to say, Audi 5000 in like the mid 90s or something.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it was just like it didn't ever. It's definitely like there for the sex, but like when you actually like think about the logistics of what's happening, like, I feel like there's a lot of like missed opportunities here in terms of like, if these are ancient gargoyles, why do they just sound like sassy bitches or this woman's idea of what gay men are like?
Yes, yeah. There was like, it felt like, I don't know. I was like reading it and I was picturing like the actors from like the Vampire Diaries or like a teen vampire show. You know what I mean?
Like teen. They didn't seem like adults who are thousands of years old. Should be the most mature people you've ever met.
Oh, yeah.
And they're just like, damn, bitch.
Yeah.
Where'd you get that piece of ass? Hands off. And also they tease Lucifer. Where's Lucifer?
Where is Lucifer? Like
Lucifer's coming, and then he never comes.
I know. Yeah. I maybe like in the next books, like if there's going to be like an ongoing thing, maybe. But yeah, there was a lot of like stuff that was like introduced. Like even like what's the term? He's half angel, half human.
Nephilim.
Like something? Even that wasn't explored.
Yeah, like Amir finds out he's half angel. He's like, oh, interesting. And then never like, I wonder, well, are you wondering like who your parents are at all? You know what I mean? Is that ever a question? Like, what does that mean to you? He seems like he has no, I guess there's like, the characters seem to have like a lack of curiosity.
Yes. Like, because like I would be like, well, do I have powers? Like,
yeah.
Like, there's like a huge thing of like, oh my god, like I've always been different my whole life. Like, no wonder, I wanted that kind of like.
Or I was always able to like, what does an angel do? Save a cat from dying, getting hit by a car or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's good. Yes. That's
what did Roma Downey do on Touch by an Angel? She would show up and say, "God loves ya. God loves ya." She would say every episode, right?
Yeah, they just like good. They're just good talkers.
Touched by an Angel would be a good MPreg title.
Yes, that's a great MPreg title. Touched by an Angel. Well, once like there should be a timeline where it's like, okay, it's public domain now.
Should be free. I'm just gonna go ahead and write it.
Yeah, just write it. Just
assume it's fine.
I'll get sued later. It's fine. I'll have money.
Oh, great. Have you read many MPregs? Like, I'm wondering, like, what is the appeal? Because, like, one of the great things about being a gay man, like, being the MPreg is like, well, there goes the fun of like breeding. Yes. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like there goes. Sure. Oh, now we have consequences.
Yes,
that's not why I'm not doing this for the consequences. That's the fantasy that I don't have consequence. Like,
yeah.
I'm taking my prep. I'm going to be fine.
Totally.
You know what I mean? But now we're adding. Oh, now you're going to have a baby because of it, because of the knot, which I wasn't quite sure what that, like his dick just swells up inside of him.
Yes.
And like is that like what a turtle does?
Yes, that's what turtles do. What's what dogs do.
Gross.
Okay. This is what's called, Mark. This is the world of the Omegaverse.
Okay.
Now, the Omegaverse, I want to say, originated from like fan fiction. Where? Do you remember the show Supernatural?
Of course. I know 50-year-old women.
I think like people were writing fan fiction about Dean and the Angel, right?
Oh, okay.
And I think that and they also were writing fan fiction about like the two brothers together too. Like it's a world where brothers can have incest. Like people were just like going nuts. And so I could be wrong. And again, like I there's probably someone who knows the oral history of fan fiction better than me.
Write it.
But I think that like they were, people were writing kind of like those two, they were shipping those two and just like going bonkers, going nuts, saying, well, what if they had a baby? Wouldn't that be cute? You know what I mean? And I think that kind of like style of like, like that kind of thing of like, what if two men, like what if two men can like have a baby together? It kind of like, it penetrated the regular, not regular fiction, but like genre fiction world, I guess. And erotica world.
It just doesn't seem erotic to me.
Well,
like, is there anything less erotic than a baby?
I think that there are people. Well, yes, babies, of course.
Like I'm reading this with one hand, trying to get horny, and now we're talking about like, we're gonna have 6 kids in a cabin. Like, you boring vanilla losers.
I completely agree. Like, I agree with you for sure. I think that there are people who see this as like a breeding fetish, as like when someone is like, there's something very feral about like, my DNA is in you now and you're connected with me forever. And like, I think that there's like, I don't know. I think people really latch onto that.
It seems very Mormon.
Yeah, I guess it could be. Yeah.
Just a little like, we got to reproduce. Well, we got to spread this. We got to, populate the planet. That we're going to have in heaven.
All of these were written by Warren Jeffs or whatever. And
oh my God! What? Yeah, there's all these girls in bonnets like slaving away, like, uploading Kindle books to the internet.
It could be true. Actually, I think that could be true. We're going to start that conspiracy. Yeah. So then, in this world, like, it kind of morphed into like where. In like there's like these unspoken rules of this kind of erotica, of this kind of literature, where it's like, if you're in like, you have like, in the beings in this world, you have your alphas, you have your betas, you have your omegas, right?
Sure.
So Amir would be an omega and Dante would be like an alpha in this world. Like, they didn't use that exact language, but I think based on like their personalities, like, that's kind of where they fall.
And is Omega, I would assume, trumps is more powerful, higher status than an alpha. Is it about status or the roles they play?
It's about roles they play. And technically the alpha is technically known for being like dominant, for being aggressive, for being overly protective, for being showing hostility. There's beta. And then, which, who cares about? Like, no one really cares. They're like the middle sibling. And then,
beta.
Story of my life.
Apparently, though, the whole thing, like that whole wolf, like, it's not true. Like, wolves don't have that structure.
Of course not. Because like, what? Like, yeah, like it's interesting. And then there's like omegas where they're like kind of like a mirror, where they're like very nurturing and very like stumbly. Like, there was one moment where Amir like almost falls off his chair, and I was like, okay, that's an omega move. Like, you know what I mean?
So like Joey Deschanel is an omega.
Exactly.
Adorkable.
He's so adorkable. And in this world, like, the rules of science, our rules of biology don't matter, aren't real. In this world, it's like omegas who can get pregnant, not, do you know what I mean? Like, so it's like alphas. So it's like, oh, this is interesting. It's like taking gender away from who can get pregnant. And I'm like, that's pretty interesting.
Which also is true now. You know what I mean? Like, which is not an unreal. So in a way, like, that doesn't seem so crazy to me. Like, 2 men have, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, that can happen now.
Well,
but
yeah,
I guess, like,
it technically can happen now. Yeah, exactly.
But the how of it here is that it's like, oh, it's like a guy with 2 penises.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's not. Yeah, it's not like gender based. It's like based on like pheromones or something, or personality, or like just weird DNA that like doesn't exist in this world.
Yeah, it's very interesting that, like, oh, this is really like, this captures, like, it seems like very popular.
So popular.
It seems huge. Like, what is it about, like, the breeding of it all?
I mean, I think that there's like the idea of like being claimed and like belonging to someone.
It's like tradwife kind of stuff.
It is a little bit.
Is that bad? Are they going to come after me?
All my tradwife listeners are going to be like, oh God, I'm going to throw my recipes at you.
I'm going to stop making my children cereal by hand and write a rude email.
I guess it's like that. You know what I see it as? Is like, you know how like, what's her name in Game of Thrones? Daenerys.
Cersei? Oh, Daenerys. No,
yeah. You know how like there's something very appealing about like having 3 dragons like doing your bidding, you know?
Sure.
Like these hostile things that can just like fuck shit up and burn the whole world, but they are so devoted to you.
But I've tamed them in a way.
I think that that's kind of the fantasy here, in that I'm like this omega kind of, or, you know, kind of whatever. And there is this like alpha man who is just like always, you know, jumping into fights. He can be so dangerous. He can like,
he's
you know,
so grumpy.
He's so grumpy.
Can you imagine? I tamed a
what?
grumpy man.
Yes. And I think it's that. Like, I don't know if it's necessarily, like, I mean, obviously, yes, it's cool to like be like, oh, cool, I have someone to protect me for the rest of my life. Like, I don't have to work. That would be great. But I think there's also like a feeling of being empowered of like, you hold the reins to the most dangerous being in the world, and that dangerous being in the world only wants you, and you're like,
yeah, it's just weird to me, or it just feels like so like retro that the device, the vehicle of their power is having a baby.
Yes,
it just feels like
weird.
Retrograde. Yeah, but I guess that maybe that's part of the appeal too, of like it's simple.
Yeah, I think
it's totally fine if you like getting pregnant. Obviously, that's your thing. Makes you feel powerful. It's thank God you did. Thank God my mother got pregnant with me. Otherwise, we wouldn't be having this wonderful conversation.
Oh my God! Of course, yes. It is like it is a weird thing of like, okay, like there's so much like pregnancy has like such a different context to so many different people, and like here is obviously being very sexualized in a way that makes zero sense.
Yeah, I mean, I was glad like the birth scene wasn't like erotic, or like when they're holding the baby, there's no sex happening when holding the baby.
No, it was like a very almost sweet moment. You know, it's like their family. You know,
sure.
Yeah,
Leonardo, named after his favorite artist. That was like, that's your favorite artist? Is Leonardo da Vinci? That's your favorite artist?
Who has a favorite artist?
And also, that's your favorite. That's like, what's your favorite painting? Mona Lisa. Like, wow, you dug deep for that one.
Yeah, that's like, oh, what music do you like? The Beatles? Come on.
Yeah, what's your favorite restaurant? Starbucks.
Whoa, come on.
Come on.
I wanted it to be like, oh, like there was a part where like they mentioned that like Dante fucked Spartacus at one point, and I was like, I really wish that.
Maybe some more flashbacks throughout. Maybe like fucked Pontius Pilate or something.
Yeah, I just want a good Roman drama where a gargoyle man is just fucking his way through the Roman Empire.
Right? And then also, were gargoyles on buildings, which came first? I guess the real gargoyles did, right? And then, well, who's this architect, sculptor who like saw them? Like, it feels like there's a story there.
Yes, like what's their origin story? Like,
he probably empregged a sculptor.
Yes, or if there something like, what if like the sculptor like just invented the reality of it all? You know what I mean? Like, the sculptor is the divine spark,
my gargoyle muse or something.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, Mark. Yes.
Yeah. So it was the Omega and all the pregnancy and stuff is so interesting. It's an interesting world.
It really is, and I'm still like wrapping my head around it in a way of like, I think I have the same questions of you of just like, well, why? There's
what is this like? What is the appeal? I'm just more interested, like what people who enjoy it. I'm just more curious, like what is it about that is like. Or what are you getting from that? Is it like an erotic thing? Is it just the fantasy of it all? Is it like romantic maybe? But I'm sure there's like probably people have multiple. I'm sure there's not just one for sure.
Yeah. And then like I think the idea of not like having a knot, the knotting of it all. I fell into this genre because I was on, certain websites with ebooks, and there were just a shit ton of like knot based titles out there of like not gonna do it, or like not first time, or like the naughty clause, like
not
all these
pulling out.
Exactly, things like that you can't pull out. And so I was like, what is this knotting thing? And obviously I went down that rabbit hole, and I'm now here. And so it's interesting, like it's horrifying because like the idea of knotting is like, oh my God. And the thing that scares me the most actually happens in this book, where like they gotta go, but he's like knotted inside him, and they have to wait. That stresses me out so
much. Yes. What if the DoorDash comes? I gotta get the fuzz outside approaching room temperature.
Could you imagine? That to me, like there is
well, that's a good opportunity for some comic business.
100%. Like it's like a noises off style.
Yeah. So what would happen if Mr. Bean was getting knotted? And he had he was having sex with Gargoyle, and He has to sign for a package at the door. How's he going to get from the bed to the door?
Like, that
hijinks.
Is so funny. Like, he's like, I'm just gonna like put a tablecloth over you and put a thing of flowers on it and just like pretend there's I'm just carrying a table.
Yeah, because Mr. Bean doesn't talk on it. He's just like, he just makes like grunts.
Right. Yes, that's right. Yeah.
So that could be fun. And I guess the idea is like their dick swells inside and like becomes like so they can't pull out.
Exactly. Which I think that, like you said, I think that's how turtles fuck.
Yeah, I guess because they really want to make sure.
Yeah, like that's how it's just like, I don't know. It's like when you're filling up your car with gas and you just like top it off.
Yeah, which you're not supposed to do.
I know, and I do it. I feel like it's bad luck if I don't. It's bad
luck?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's bad luck if I don't spray gasoline everywhere.
Yeah, if I don't spill gas on myself and then smoke a cigarette, it's bad luck.
It's bad luck. And I'm not looking for trouble.
Not here, not today.
But I do understand, like, come in me and like stay in me for a bit. That makes, I'll be honest, that makes sense to me.
Okay, how does that make sense? Like, this is so gross, but like, how does that make sense? Like, beyond like the reproductive thing, like beyond the fluid of it all, I guess.
Well, I think we have to say the fluid's a big part of it.
Okay, got it. There wasn't like I feel like if like that's what this author wanted to go for, like it could have been nice to have more fluids.
Well, they mentioned, I had to Google it when they started talking about like the slick, and I was like, wait, did I miss something? Then I Googled like, oh, I did the slick Omegaverse. I Googled that. And I was
yes.
Like, oh, so that's like a known thing, which is just like your body produces more lubricant than most people's.
Yes. When an Omega is in heat, meaning it's their time to like reproduce, their body temperature heats up, their hormones are out of control, and they produce something called a slick that can be scented by alphas. They don't have that in this book, but it's like there'll be like other books where like there'll be a guy be like, I can scent your slick, baby, let's get ice cream or something, or I don't know. But like,
are these people wearing diapers? Like, how much of this like how over lubricated are they?
There was a moment where
are they leaving stains on couches?
Yes, like there was a moment where his pants were wet, and I'd be like, I would fucking freak out. I'd be like, I just peed my pants in front of this hot gargoyle.
Yeah, this does not sound like horn. Like, ooh, it feels like I shit myself. I'm so turned on.
Yeah,
this doesn't sound like hot to me.
It's like interesting because it's like, okay, from I am a cisgender woman, from a female, that I guess the equivalent would be like, oh, your panties are so wet or whatever. But it's like there's really no like male. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Well,
you could say like, you're so. You could say comment on someone's wetness post lube application.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's like basically like, so the one, I mean, not that it matters, but the 1-to-1 was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't enough, like I kind of wanted, like you said, like more fluids. Like,
yeah, like if you're gonna do it.
Yeah. Like kind of like, I mean, I understand that it's a novella. It's only like 100 pages long and whatever. But like, I kind of wanted like them, like the first time they have sex is when he gets pregnant. And it's like, let's have some fun first.
And Amir never thought like, oh, my butthole's producing lubricant naturally. This is like this is a shock. Is this the first time it's happened? Is this like, has this always been the case? Maybe we see that throughout his life. He's had a great asshole that's always ready to go.
Exactly. He's like, oh, I didn't realize like once in the lunar cycle, my body heats up and my butt's all damp, and like I feel this need to fuck or I'll die, you know.
Yeah. There was one sex act that I thought was very confusing, which I never heard before.
Mm-hmm.
Dante, I'll read from it.
Please.
Is that okay?
I'm so excited for this.
Dante jacked him off harder, brushing his thumb along the head of Amir's hard dick. The moment Dante pressed his thumbnail into the slit, Amir cried out, coming again. What the hell are they talking about? The thumbnail into the slit?
I think that, like...
Okay. I know what they're saying, but I'm like, that doesn't sound like a pleasurable thumbnail.
That, I'm going to say, kind of is like I think, honestly, Dante doesn't cut his nails, and I'm like, that's kind of gross.
It's gross.
It's so gross.
He's out there flying, killing people with his bare hands, and he doesn't wash. He doesn't clip his nails.
No, yeah, it's like there's nothing it's not. I don't need like maximum hygiene here, people.
Sure,
but it's like
we're human, yeah.
But like, if it's like your nail is long enough to like kind of like dig in,
make an impression.
Yeah,
it's too much.
It's too much. I mean, I'm glad Amir liked it, but it was.
But that's like a very odd. I've just never heard of like this. I don't know where AA Wilde is getting this. Wilde. Sorry, I was saying AA Wilde.
Yeah.
It's a different night I go to.
Oh, listen, it's
this is the Wild
Tuesday nights.
AA. Yeah.
Oh my
got
God!
A strobe light, a smoke machine.
This sounds fun. I want to be an alcoholic.
How long you been sober? Y'all get ready for chips. There we go. We got it. Okay.
It's like, oh God, I think we've got our sketch here. Okay.
We got it.
Okay. I want to know your thoughts on like Amir as a character, of like, you know, how he kind of, I mean, like we were talking about, he's like doesn't question anything.
He's very like he doesn't really have any faults.
Right.
He's just like a perfect little puppy with like beautiful eyes, a great ass, like can be fucked for days.
Yeah.
And has no curiosity about any of like his background, his life, what's happening to him.
Right.
Barely seems to mourn his uncle.
Yes, there was like it opens with him finding his uncle like mutilated by rogues or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, and granted, I understand like his body, he's whatever, he's in heat, he's out of control. But then it's like 2 days later, you're not thinking like, holy shit, do you remember 2 days ago when I just like went to visit my uncle and he was just like dead? You know what I mean?
Yeah. They don't seem very haunted.
Yeah.
But I guess you want to get to, we want to get to the, I guess there's really only like 3 sex scenes in the whole thing.
Know.
But I guess that makes sense, right?
I mean, again, it's a short book. There's like obviously a lot of backstory that, you know, needs to be in there that still wasn't enough, nor did we need.
There's too much and not enough at the same time.
Exactly. That's exactly how I feel about this book.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, like there's like interesting things. Like I really like the idea, like Amir was like, has this Song of Solomon or Seal of Solomon or whatever.
Yeah.
And like, he's like this weak, like they make him seem like this weak little boy, this weak little man, but he's gonna protect that ring with all of his might. And you're like, okay, there's layers to our people here. Like, that's cool.
Yeah, okay, he's a good guy.
He's a good guy.
I mean, he does seem like a nice man. I guess the tone of it all, like this, for all the Wildes, and I think it's like, it also just feels like it's a little like corny. Like they're corny.
Yes.
You know, despite like the crazy wild sex, the rest of the book is not crazy and wild. And even I guess ultimately the sex wasn't that crazy. I didn't, except for like the tail.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't like I felt like, I mean, I was glad. Like, okay, so the final or not the final? Was it the final? I don't even remember. But like they do have a sex scene where he's like, "I want you to fuck me as a gargoyle," and they have like.
And Amir's pregnant at this moment with like a protruding belly.
Yeah. So you do it, you know, kind of like sideways spooning. It's very, you know, caring. But yeah, it really wasn't, I wasn't like, oh man, you know what I mean? Like I wasn't like, not that I wanted that, but like it wasn't like, dare I say, like my jaw wasn't dropped, I guess.
Yeah. It didn't seem like edgy.
Yeah.
But I guess it's not meant to be. You know what I mean? I guess if you've never been to a gay bar, if you've never gone to the Eagle on a Friday night, this might be truly shocking to you.
True. Yes, like it was very sweet.
Yes.
I also thought like one of the like the appeal of a gargoyle is the fact that they have wings. You know, there is nothing sexier to me than wings covering, protecting you. Actually, there's plenty of things that are sexier, but I don't know. But like one of the many sexy things I enjoy is like being spooned inside a wing. Wings can be instant blankets.
Yeah.
And the fact that like it wasn't utilized
or they don't have sex midair, you know, they don't fly while having sex. Or take me to the top of a building, on top of a sky, let's have sex. The tallest building in San Gabriel. Take me to the roof of Chili's.
Yeah.
You know, and like fuck me on top of
Take
the
me to
Chili's.
a 4-story apartment building, please.
Take me to the Travelodge and fuck my brains out. Like that never, like that's what I think is like and then like, because then also like their hideouts are just these like nondescript like bunkers essentially that just don't like light up the imagination. Like these are like heavenly angels and this is where they're living. It seems like kind of a bummer.
They do describe like some, like they have like cool like architectural relics, you know, like they do mention that like Dante took a chair from after Henry VIII died.
That's right.
And I'm like, that's pretty cool.
Like anytime they lean into the fact that they were like he's like thousands of years old, it's like great. You were never going to be like tired of that.
No.
You know,
like
give us more, or like give us a flashback scene here and there where he has like a sexy interlude. You know,
with
a red coat or something.
Now that's hot.
The British are coming, and I can't pull out. You know.
Now that's Mr. Bean scene.
Yeah,
like,
what if you're nodding in the World War I trenches and like you got to get the gas masks?
Oh my God! Yes, thank you. Now that is hijinks.
Now we're thinking. We're thinking.
Now we're cooking with gas, if you will.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
but I did like. I thought they were like cute. You know, I didn't like hate anybody in this book. I can't say like personality. Like Dante's very like, sorry, I'm so moody. When he was just kind of like short with his friends, you know what I mean? Where he just kind of like, oh, back off. And then like Amir was very like, at one point they were making fun of Dante, and Amir goes, hey, back off. I don't like when you make fun of him. Like, chill out, dude. Have you never been around gay men before?
Yes.
So part of me is like, is like a very retroactive, regressive look at like gay people, but then also the part of you is like, well, yeah, grow up, Amir.
Yes, yeah.
You never go to the Abbey? Although you shouldn't. The Abbey's terrible. Don't go to the Abbey. There's
he apparently lives really close to it. No.
Right?
Yeah, like I feel like it just like felt like kind of like Dante wasn't that grumpy, but everyone thought he was that grumpy, if that makes any sense.
He just seemed like someone, like he'd be wearing, like if they went to Disneyland, he'd buy the t-shirt with grumpy on it. Like, that's so you, Dante, and everyone have a laugh.
Exactly, yeah.
I guess also thinking more about like the fated mate stuff. Like it would be interesting to know, like you did have a fated mate, but you still were attracted to other people. Like, well, what if I went to, is it cool if I still go to the spa? You know, I still want to do that, but I'm also deeply devoted. Like both things can be true, can they not? But apparently not. Is that not how fated mate works?
Actually, you know what? It can work that way. Like I think that there can be fated mates where it's like a throuple. It could be like, oh, two people are like fated mates, but they have like a, you know,
fated dates.
Fated dates. There's a trope.
Yeah.
Fated mates with fated dates. So there is
destined to get coffee and never see each other again.
They were destined to swipe right on each other.
Yeah. And then never initiate conversation.
Now that's a fated date.
Yeah. We were coming up with new tropes left and right.
I mean, really?
Like, I think these tropes are all like really interesting because I'm just fascinated by like this. I call it like, what does this mean to like, I want someone to do like a study. I'm sure there have been like, you know, academic studies on like these tropes. I just find them really fascinating. Like why do these like catch on, whereas like maybe other ones haven't?
Yes, that is kind of my fascination. I have like a similar fascination with this kind of thing of like MPreg of like, why is this catching on?
Yeah, it's interesting.
Know? And like tropes, like I was listening to, you know, LA's own Larry Mantle.
Air Talk.
He actually had a segment on romantasy and like the rise of romance books today, and like they were interviewing the manager of the Rip Bodice bookstore, and like she was mentioning that like, oh, these tropes provide people with comfort, you know, like there's a happily ever after, you know, like, which is like that's why maybe there was like a rise in popularity during like the pandemic or like during, you know, times of crises where like people like feel like the world's out of control, whatever. But mpreg of it all is that what I'm just like, is that like, what is that?
Because it's like freaky yet very traditional at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's interesting.
And it's like, why? Like I think it's just like, what, like what is it? Like, I guess I want to see the facts of life with an mpreg couple.
Natalie impregnates George Clooney. I forget what his character's name was. The one man I can remember on that show.
Right. Yeah. And it's like, oh, I want to see what like family life is like. And I don't think, like, I obviously don't think these books are like 10, like, here's the sequel 10 years in the future where like, you know, the PTA meetings and like whatever. Right. But I want to see that.
Yeah. Like, what is like take your kid to work day like? Or, you know. But I guess if this is a world where everybody thinks it's cool, I guess is it like a secret? You know, I mean, like, is this a known thing?
It feels like it's a known thing, but is it known in the human world? We don't know.
Probably
you know
not.
What I mean? Of just like, you know, of like, yeah, like, what if Amir was the result of an mpreg? Like, that's pretty cool to find out, you know?
That
like,
would be cool. Well, maybe we'll find out in the third one. Gargoyle Predator? I don't think that's the name, but
Gargoyle versus Predator.
Gargoyle versus Predator. I would put my money on the Predator, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of who you'd rather bang.
Although, I wonder if, I want to talk about those lips. Although, if a gargoyle goes into its, like, gargoyle form and they're stoned, do they not give off heat, I wonder?
Right.
Did they mention body heat, I wonder? Because if you don't have body heat, then the predator can't use his heat vision to see you. So the gargoyle might have an advantage there.
You guys, where's the gargoyle
versus predator
itself?
Yeah. Yeah, I want to know. I didn't know, like, are gargoyles even mentioned in the Bible? Like, what's the first instance of gargoyles?
Right. I feel like, well, okay, based on the Wikipedia rabbit hole that I went down today. Okay. So, granted, let's see if I remember and retained any of the information. Gargoyles actually aren't really like statues. They were originally made as like ways to, like, if it rains, to shift water away from the roof of a building so it drains down like the pipe so it doesn't like decay the mortar of it all.
Got it.
Like, that's a gargoyle. So I think that like churches and obviously the Notre Dame were like, you know, for that method, utilizing like a gargoyle in terms of like practicality. But it's from my research, it seems as if that like gargoyles also were possibly like reminiscent of like pagan gods or whatever, or like pagan figures. So when churches were around and like trying to get people to like convert, you know, showing these like this kind of imagery of like what is evil, what keeps us, what we must keep out, you know, like brings people in.
Yeah.
And then there was also like church.
Like, is that considered? You would think. Well, then why is a gargoyle working with the church if they're using their image to say, like, isn't this scary? Isn't this awful? Like, wouldn't Dante go to Michael, hey, remember when you first started doing churches? Why'd you put a picture of me outside the church? That's a scary thing. That's rude.
Exactly. Yeah. I think maybe then it became like, oh, don't worry, these gargoyles are going to scare off like the worst.
The real demons? The bad demons?
The bad demons. Yeah. So that was like the theory. But there were like, I mean, again, this was on Wikipedia 5 minutes ago.
Sure.
But like, there were churches that like would have like these kinds of like statues that would show like pretty like crude things of like, this is like this, you'll turn to stone if this happens. Like that, like, you know, they show like some like, it's like a fountain of a man peeing or like, you know what I mean? And, or like something crude. And one of them, no joke, was like, a woman reading. Like, that was so grotesque.
Oh my god!
A woman with
the
like,
horror,
stuff like that. Yeah, like that is like, that's the female
like
gargoyle.
A Christian Hell House. A woman is educating herself. Run!
No!
Get out of here! Save yourself! She knows how to read the alphabet.
Exactly.
Wow.
So, yes. That is my understanding of it. I could be 100% wrong.
Nope.
But yes. So that in mind, I will say, given that like gargoyles were kind of like adopted by Christianity, the idea that like, oh, here's a world where they're like working with angels and stuff in this book, I'm like, okay, maybe it's a little more clever than I'm giving it credit for.
Gargoyle, what is this book called? Vigilante?
Gargoyle Vigilante.
Yeah. And
yes.
Was he a vigilante?
Thank you.
I don't think he was. I think he just went over his quota by a lot, but he wasn't exactly a vigilante. He was playing within the rules.
He absolutely was. He was like, I'm just going to like work on my own. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like,
I'm just going to keep doubling. I'm going to keep racking up points.
Exactly.
Meet my fated mate eventually.
Yeah, like I think it was like in school where it's like, hey, you have an assignment, you can work with a partner, you can work alone. Like he's like, I work better alone.
I'm
like
good.
Like vigilante, I think you're going against the rules of whatever.
You're working outside the law.
Exactly. And he's not really. Not. He's doing the assignment.
Unless Cedric was the gargoyle vigilante, the traitor. Wasn't that his name? Maybe he's the titular Caleb. Yeah. Maybe he's the titular vigilante.
Vigilante. In which case, kind of sucks as a vigilante.
Thank you. Got caught immediately.
I mean, yeah, like he really didn't.
There was one funny. I don't think I could find it, but there's a funny moment. I feel like this is like a very tropey thing where like Dante and it's when Dante and Amir first like meet in like the hideaway and they're having an intense conversation about what's happening. And then they'll write like Amir stops and like looks at Dante's bulge and like, oh, you really are all man. Like they just stop in the middle to like, and we're horny. Anyways, back to our conversation about this relic.
Yes, like they are literally talking about like there was one moment where he was talking about something that was like life changing, whatever, and then he just like adjusts his boner.
Yeah,
just, like,
a lot of that.
Just like drop this bombshell of like, you're not human. Burr, burr, burr,
and I've never been more turned on. It was just funny to me, like, wow, these guys are like, they're like teenagers. They're like,
Yes. They are so horny. And like, there was like one point where he was like, oh, I'm gonna come, and he was like, you can come twice, and I'm like, I'm exhausted.
This is too much. Can we just watch TV for like 45 minutes, an hour maybe, and then maybe take a little break and then have some water.
We need
and then
water,
get back
snacks.
Maybe cuddle a little, then we get back into it. We gotta go home.
Let me just like look at my phone a little bit.
Yeah, let me just chill out for a second. I need to recharge. God.
I was exhausted for them.
And I thought the sex was like pretty brief.
Yeah.
Is that crazy?
I thought it was pretty brief too. Like honestly, for this book, I was expecting more like sex, the sex to story ratio to lean more on the sex. You know what I mean?
And it's mostly about like butt stuff. Like there's not a lot of like oral. There's not like it's pretty much we're just about it's like penetrative.
Yeah.
So, that's pretty much all it is. And I gotta tell you, there's a whole rainbow out there of activities that we're not really tapping into.
Hello. One of my favorite parts was when he was using his forked tongue as a gargoyle.
Yeah, that was fun.
Like, what a talented tongue.
Yeah, for sure. Gene Simmons, eat your ass out. No.
That's exactly. That was actually a line he said that was on the cutting room floor.
Yeah. MM Wilde, we got something for your director's cut.
Listen, let us make the movie of this, MM Wilde.
Yeah.
We got this.
I mean, it was always fun when they lean into. I feel like it was like didn't lean into like you're doing a gargoyle, but you're not really doing gargoyles.
Mm-hmm.
They're just kind of like winged fighters. But they didn't even like their face didn't change. They just got gray skin, but they didn't grow like their fangs didn't grow and like hair, like their ears didn't get pointed. Like his face never looked like gargoyles have a pretty gargoyle-y face. They don't have human faces. They almost have like snouts at times.
Yeah, they have like dragon faces in a way.
Yeah. Which would have been more interesting. I feel like other probably romance novels have like done like they look like monsters.
Oh yeah, like I've read one other gargoyle romance.
Sure.
Just one.
One.
And it was okay. It was actually like a cute story where it was like a woman who worked in a museum and there was like a stone gargoyle, and like. And like she accidentally touches it one night, like Night at the Museum style, and like suddenly it sprouts a dick and comes to life. You know what I mean?
So to speak.
And I was like, this is good because it still had like the during the day part. He's a gargoyle.
Yeah.
And so like
she gets like, jealous of people like taking pictures of him.
Yes, exactly. Or it's like, oh my God, he wakes up in my bed the next morning and he's you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like those kinds of hijinks. Like I wanted stoned based hijinks.
Yeah, totally. Like what can you do with gargoyles that you can't do with any other creature? It's just like an opportunity. And instead we're spending a lot of times with the angels and demons. I didn't know I was getting into an angel and demon book.
I did not know either. And like that to me is what I feel this book kind of falls under more than gargoyle lore.
Yes. It's more angel demon, which is fine.
Like, it's fine, but I just like wanted like, hey, are you ready to go? The sun's up.
Oh no. And I had lunch reservations. You know?
Or it's like they're in a fight, right? And the sun's about to come up, and he's about to say the worst thing ever, and then he freezes, and then it's like, what's the aftermath of that? Like that was really amazing.
And what happens to the gargoyle when they are in the stone form? Are they sleeping? Or are they dreaming? Is there like what is happening to them?
Yeah,
I feel like
aware. If I recall in the show, it was like they were sleeping. They were like if I remember, they were like, good night. And then they went, stop.
I wish. Don't you wish you would just fall asleep when the sun went down?
Oh,
you don't have to think about it. Or when the sun, when the sun goes down. Yeah, that's when they sleep.
Or just the idea of just falling asleep, like just like 1, 2, 3 asleep and not having to like be like, let me turn on my noise machine. And
right. Lately, I do episodes of Dateline. And if I usually.
Really?
Yeah. But you do it on the phone, the podcast version.
Okay.
And I set it to 15-minute timer.
Ooh.
And usually I never hear it turn off.
Oh, good for you.
Good for
Do you
me.
want to know what I've been falling asleep? I slowly, like little by little, is Dune.
Oh, that's a fun one.
To Dune. I just like feel like the audio narrator, something about a British man reading a book is cozy to me. And it's like, that's been my white noise.
That's good. I've read Dune twice. So,
wow.
Big fan of Dune. Are you enjoying it?
I am. I'm actually now finishing up Children of Dune because this has been the past like year I've been like doing it. And honestly, like it is very intriguing. I have been enjoying it.
I like the cerebralness of it. I love how most of like the first book is just all inner monologues. And you're like, this is hard, which I think is cool. And I love like the Game of Thrones, like the political game, the outmaneuvering people, the political, the courtroom. What do they call it? The courtroom
intrigue.
Yeah, that
castle
kind of
intrigue.
Yeah, I like all that stuff.
I do too. And like and I think almost it's like I like it in the same way I sometimes like reading romances more than like watching a romance movie is because you're in the mind.
Yeah.
And like they just think ridiculous thoughts as they're falling in love, and they think ridiculous thoughts as they're someone's plotting to kill their family line or whatever.
Yeah, as you're learning about the Bene Gesserit.
Exactly. As someone's calling you an abomination, if you will.
Yeah.
Yes.
Use the voice.
Yeah.
There must be Rom, Prague set in the Dune. Imagine sex with a sandworm.
Are you kidding me? Yes, there must be. I mean, I was gonna say, well, at least there's like definitely now that Timothy Chalamet is for sure. Like there's him and Jason Momoa. Like that writes
itself. Yeah. Now we got face to the name.
Exactly.
I'm not mad at it, Josh Brolin.
No, I'm not mad at that. And like. Not like I do see a giant sandworm. Like if I'm really drunk,
go on.
I could read someone humping a giant sandworm.
Oh, but you have to be drunk just to read about it.
I mean, I guess I'm kind of like nervous if it makes me look like I'm into animals.
But I think like.
I mean, sandworms are real.
Who's being exploited? You know what I mean? Like who has the power in this dynamic?
100%. You are absolutely right.
I'm only talking about sandworms here.
No, but like I feel
that doesn't mean you should go out and fuck an elephant either. That's not what I'm saying.
No,
that's not allowed. That is not okay.
And I never would.
You're on the record.
Thank you.
That's your new podcast slogan. Guaranteed.
No elephant bucking. But there was like, I remember Courtney Davis and I reviewed Dinosaur Erotica, where someone is like fucking a dinosaur, like a Jurassic Park style dinosaur.
Not like a humanoid dinosaur,
right,
an actual four-legged or.
Exactly. And it, you know, growls. It doesn't, you know, like it's a dinosaur.
It's a wild animal.
A wild animal. And like, I was like, I enjoyed it. I did. But then I was like, oh my God, does this make me fucked up? Like, is this going to fuck me up? It didn't. I'm not because of that, but
no, I mean, how would you know if you're fucked up? Really? I mean, the really fucked up people don't know they're fucked up.
That's true.
So you might be fucked up because you read that novella.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, again, I hands down would love to see sandworm fucking. Absolutely. Yes.
Yes. Because, like, how do you know? How does a sandworm give consent?
Right. Here's the thing. If you're allowed to ride sandworms, like you're using them as trains, like and that you didn't ask for their exactly, like you didn't ask for their consent.
You put
like,
hooks in them to like steer them, right?
Yeah, like you didn't ask like, hey, is this all right with you if I can like go to one thing to another, you know? Like, so I'm assuming that it's implied consent.
I guess we'll just assume it was.
I'm assuming implied consent. Yeah.
Yeah. And also, like, sandworms are almost like, you know, godlike creatures on some level. You know, they're like super nature. Yes,
like they go beyond, like they don't need the rules that you and I would need to function.
I guess it's like if we're like an ant or a mosquito bugs us, we're not offended because like, oh, I didn't give consent.
Right. Although I do say that sometimes.
I do not consent to this ant walking on my hand.
Like when I see a spider, I'm just like, I did not give you permission to enter
right.
here.
That's right. This is my safe space.
Thank you. But yes, you are absolutely right though. We most of the time do not like kind of regard tiny bugs as like violators or something.
Right.
Or, like worthy of our attention or something. Yeah.
So let's just hope that's how sandworms feel. I don't know why we're like so concerned about the ethics of sandworm rioting, so to speak.
I just want to make sure they're okay. I know they don't exist. I want to make sure they're okay.
I think they're fine. They seem to rule the roost. Like in the movies, I don't think I've only read the first book, but I don't know if like does a sandworm ever die or get destroyed? I don't think so. In the movie it hasn't.
Yeah, I think it's like a sign of power if you can control a sandworm. Like
absolutely.
Yeah. So like I think that like I don't know.
I don't know. I'm sure there's maybe in those spin-off books the Sun wrote.
Oh yeah. I mean I'm gonna need something to fall asleep to once I'm done with this. So
I'm gonna get into those.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be a real Dune head.
A Dooner.
Dooner? That's what they're called, Dooners?
Sure. I don't know.
What's
a Dune prepper?
Yeah.
You're just getting ready to read the next Dune book.
Yeah, guess who's coming to Dooner? This girl.
There you go. Dooner for one.
That's name of my next memoir.
Yeah, do it. My Life Through Dunes.
Okay, I am going to give you an opportunity to let you have any final thoughts.
Okay.
As well as give a rating. So, in terms of rating, I'm thinking like we'll do like Seal of Solomon's. 1 out of 5 Seals of Solomon's. Okay. Great. Rated it 5 out of 5 means you loved it. Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess the one thing I didn't mention is I was surprised during the birth sequence. Dante is thousands of years old at this point.
Yes.
He didn't know what crowning was.
He was an idiot in that scene.
He's a really dumb man.
He was so
gargoyle.
Dumb. Yeah, and he was just like when he was talking about, let me massage the muscles, and he's like, "Don't you touch my blah blah blah." And
I'm going to rim him. I rimmed him.
Yeah,
it's what the doctor, which is like I don't know if that's the word I would use. Rimming, like not anything touching. When a doctor does it, it's not quite the same.
Wait, did the doctor say rimming, or did he say
yes?
Like I massaged the rim?
Oh, he might have said I massaged the rim, but I think like as soon as you mentioned, we only use the word rim in terms of oral, or licking a butthole. As far as
right, I thought he said I massaged
I finished massaging his rim, so it should be nice and loose for the delivery. What? Dante balled his fist, gritting the seat so hard he thought they might crack.
Yes. Like what he should have said is I massaged like the whatever the scientific name of it is called, not
the
rim.
portal or
The passageway?
the passageway.
Yeah, like something like that. Something
The
very
womb
like
tunnel.
exactly. The front door, back door.
The back door.
The back door. Like
The back
that
door
would
is
be like-
WD-40.
Yeah.
But not like don't worry, I massaged and rimmed him. Like, excuse me. Then you come in the delivery room and the doctor turns you, don't worry, I massaged and rimmed your wife. She's ready to go. What? How dare you?
If that's the case, like that would be if a doctor can do that before as they're delivering, that would be the funniest thing in the world.
Yeah. Are you
serious?
I can help you out right now if you want, you know. Light some candles.
Yeah, and just like make it nice and moody. Make it an essential experience. It is funny to me that like with all of this magic in the world, like birth is still very painful. Like that I've always thought about that, like with this things like Star Trek where you're like things that, like, you know, it's like birth's still painful. It's still like an awful thing.
Did you think in Star Trek they could use like the teleporter somehow to like beam the baby out of the womb?
I know. Yeah.
Has anyone
but, like,
done that?
No, it was like they always like there are episodes where like, oh, she's going into birth and they're on the Romulan territory, and it's like, okay, they cured cancer, but they couldn't make, you know, birth, like, you know what I mean?
We still haven't looked into it yet. One day we'll go look into women's health issues, but we'll get around to it still. We got to figure out what's going on with these tribbles. Why are they always reproducing? But a woman, it's a little lower on the list.
Not important. It's really not a
Sorry,
priority.
we'll get to it.
Yeah.
Women's health has not advanced. Women's health research is still in the same sorry state it is now.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Some utopia, Gene Roddenberry.
Yeah. Thanks, Gene.
Piece of shit.
That's not how I feel.
Okay. No, he's created a wonderful thing.
Listen, community is because of him.
The show?
Yeah. Yeah, you know, just like there's like fandom, you know.
Oh.
Cute.
I thought you meant the show Community is because of Gene Roddenberry.
Oh, no. I meant like communities of people like who are like friends and like Trekkies, you know.
Trekkies. Although I think I believe they prefer Trekkers.
This whole time?
I think so. Or it might be
Trekkers.
Trekkies. I forget which one. Which one is I don't think it's offensive. Like
right, yeah. Trekkers sounds like you're a person who likes going on hikes.
Yeah. You love trail mix.
Yeah. Like you talk about granola.
Do you remember, this might be a 90s thing. This might be before your time. Do you remember the woman? It was like a big story at the time. Well, like if you watch Entertainment Tonight or Hard Copy, it was like this woman had jury duty, but she wanted to go wearing her Next Generation uniform because she did identify as a Trekker.
Wow.
And it was like a big controversy. I forget. I think they ultimately did let her serve in the uniform, but I guess they were concerned about like being a distraction.
Right. You know, it's funny because like my first thought was like, oh, that's what Tina Fey's character does in 30 Rock. She goes as Princess Leia.
Yes,
so it's like,
yes.
oh, I go to the parody of it. But that's very funny. Yeah, I mean, you are allowed. They do say you can wear whatever you want. Wear your street clothes.
These are her street clothes.
Those are her street clothes.
Who's to say that's not okay, you know?
I know. That's very funny.
But my rating for the movie, I did it for the book. So ultimately I read it in like 90 minutes. You can read the whole thing in like 90 minutes. Which is pretty great. I did like it. I did like the world of, I just wanted to know more. Like we said, it's not enough, but also too much.
Yes.
And I like the Gargoyle. It was my first foray into the Omegaverse, and all this stuff is really fascinating to me. So I liked it for that globally. As for this individual story, I would give it, for what it's trying to do, for what they set out to do. Do I think M.M. accomplishment? I would say yes. I think she's introduced tons of characters. Do I know most of these people apart? Can I tell them apart? No. But that's true with most things I encounter.
Of everyone.
I would give it 3.5.
That's a good
signs
score.
of songs of Seal of Solomon's out of 5.
That's a good grade.
I think 3.5 is fair.
I think that's a really fair grade. I think that's a great grade. I was gonna give it 4.5 Seals of Solomon.
Whoa, very high.
Because like I really did enjoy reading it. Like it was just a fun little like romp of just like what's going on, who cares, he's pregnant, it doesn't matter. But I do think it was like the gargoyle of it all, I think kind of took me out of it. I
Yeah,
think
or
I
if you're
wanted
going to do
some.
it, do it. Like make it feels
Exactly.
like a missed opportunity. A lot of that
Exactly.
stuff.
Yeah.
But maybe that's what the other. There's like one. The second one's already out, and I think the third one is coming out soon. Or they're
Ooh.
both aren't out yet.
Yeah. I mean, they
So
both.
we're topical.
Exactly. We're right on the
Finger
pulse.
on the pulse.
We're on the pulse
Yeah.
of it. We're on the pulse of it. Yeah.
We're
that's what they
riding
say.
that tail
Right. That
with the
worm.
spikes retracted.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Like, and his dick retracts as well.
He mentioned that, but then it seemed like his dick wasn't, because while he was like fucking him with his tail, he was like jacking both of them off at the same time.
Yeah, I was
So then
very
I was like,
confused about that.
Hello, MM, a little goof. Is this a blooper? Am I reading a blooper?
And he's like, "Oh no, what's that? Oh, it's my finger." Or like what? Like
Right.
what? Yeah, because like it was like he's like, my dick retracts when I fight.
Yeah,
I don't know. There was like something very, like he had a line of dialogue.
he has like a pocket or something. It
exactly.
goes into.
Yeah.
But then I guess maybe he has choice over that. Like when you're
right.
You could choose to like open your pocket. When you're in gargoyle form.
Do you want to zip up your hoodie or wear it open?
Yeah.
Like that's one of those things.
Both are so sexy.
Yeah. Both are okay.
Both are okay. Show it. Let your freak flag fly.
Let it fly. Oh my God, Mark, this was so fun.
Thank
you for coming back on the show.
I will do this anytime you ask me. It's always a delight to talk to you and read these things I never would have been exposed to otherwise. And I'm always so grateful.
For links to today's book and to follow today's guest, check out the show notes or visit the episode page on Substack or at tstlpodcast.com. If you like today's show and want to support the podcast, consider becoming a paid subscriber at tstlpodcast.substack.com. And if you didn't like today's show, why did you listen all the way to the end? Too Stupid to Live is part of the Culture Media Network. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you have a slick rest of your day. Hey, TSTL listeners. If you're a fan of the show and if you are like really rich to the point where you're able to throw in a little bit of financial support, there are numerous ways you can help TSTL continue to put out completely unhinged and hilarious and, let's face it, sexy romance novel content. First, you can become a paid subscriber on TSTL's Substack where you can listen or watch ad-free episodes. I'll also give you free access to my side project on Substack called Claim by TBD, which is a fictional podcast series about a romance podcaster who gets abducted by sexy aliens, but the experience itself is anything but horny. Just visit tstlpodcast.substack.com to subscribe. But if monthly subscriptions aren't really your thing, but you still happen to be like super duper really rich, you can also buy TSTL a happy ending at buymeacoffee.com/TSTLpodcast. Each happy ending costs $1, which all goes to support the show. For 3 happy endings, I'll give you a shout out on the podcast, along with a romance novel-inspired pet name. And for 5 happy endings, you'll get a shout out plus a TSTL bookmark in the mail as a thank you gift. Look, even just by listening to TSTL, you're making me feel all tingly and all special inside. But if you feel like your support can be a little more engorged, if you will, you can check out the different ways to support the show at tstlpodcast.com/support. That's tstlpodcast.com/support. Hey, TSTL listeners. Are you an indie author with a book to promote? An artist or designer trying to sell bookish swag? Are you a book talk influencer in need of more followers to do your influencing? Well, TSTL would love to help you out. Hi, I'm Becky. I'm the host of Too Stupid to Live, and I love building new connections with the bookish and sexual health communities, whether it's for sponsorships at amazingly reasonable and negotiable rates, or guest and topic ideas for TSTL's Extra Spice and Hot as Hell episodes. So if you want to hook up, visit tstlpodcast.com/contact, or you can email the show at tstlpod@gmail.com.